My name is Sam Foreman of 4pack.com. You can go out of Brooklyn Selective Service, and this is...
You talk really fast.
I try.
I'm Mandel Logan of MandelWeb.com.
I think you talk slow because you're from California. I talk fast because I'm from the East Coast. It's an East Coast, West Coast thing, but we find common ground.
West Side.
How do you do an E? Like a schwa? Is that a schwa? I don't know. Anyway, this week we're going to be taking a look at something that has come out a few months ago, but we're still sort of angry about. It's The Killer's Sam's Town. So let us...
It's your name!
It is my name!
You know the format. It's each of us gets a minute to talk about the album, and then afterwards we have a lively debate. Lively debate about the album.
Friendly.
So,
you can share with your grandmothers and children. So let's get out the coin.
Let's get out the coin. I lost the coin.
Official
I
flip.
think it fell down my... I am the official flip in more ways than one. Okay, ready?
There we go.
Heads or tails?
Tails. Good old tails.
Oh, looks like I'm starting off with this one.
Excellent.
Oh,
well,
great.
it's all yours.
Okay. Alright, so it's The Killer's Sam's Town, their sophomore album, and I have to unfortunately say, I think they hit the sophomore slump with this one. Not too many memorable songs on this one. That's what I love about the first album. First album, just like there was Mr. Brightside, and you know, Somebody Told Me, and all that, and it's just all blends together. I know I'm not a big fan also of the Americana thing. I mean, I like some Bruce Springsteen stuff, some of the Joshua Tree stuff, but not enough to listen to a whole album. I'd say, like, of the tracks here, Sam's Town, Interlude, When You Were Young, My Listen, The River Is Wild, probably the only ones that left some impression on me. That and Brandon's nice scruff here. He's also scruffy. But I don't know. I cannot with confidence recommend this, unfortunately. Hopefully it's just a little dip for them because I do love The Killers.
I thought it was really nice of The Killers to name an album after my hometown, but it's a shame that they don't do it justice because Sam's Town is a big stinker. They ratcheted up the pomp and circumstance of their sort of new wavy sound. They sought, Bruce Springsteen out for inspiration, and I think that it works on When You Were Young, which is a fantastic, bombastic single. But the rest of the album is extremely flat. There are two other songs which are sort of worth listening to for reasons unknown and Read My Mind aren't bad. They're sort of the same song, sort of melodramatic and rocky, but the rest of the album is very unmemorable. And worse than that, it spotlights The Killer's weaknesses. Bones has some of the worst vocals I've ever heard on any song ever recorded. And it has one of the worst synth horn sections in the history of recorded music. Skip it. Unbelievably bad. Bling, Confession to the King. How can you seriously type that on a list of songs?
And now time for the lovely freeform debate.
This is the first time in a long time that Mandel and I
we kind of agree on this one, yeah.
But I gotta say, your picks for the songs that work, completely insane. I can't... The opener is so overblown and bombastic and pompous and boring. It's impressive that they actually are able to get something that loud be boring as hell. Like, you have to work really hard to do that. They were able to do that with the title track. And interlude? Exitlude? The framing of... the framing of the concept it links nothing. It's BS concept, and concept albums are for weak artists.
So
for weak artists.
You're not going to like the concept album I'm putting out on the web on MandelWeb.com beginning in January. A new song every month.
If you frame it with an interlude, an exitlude, that means that you're not creative enough to make songs that link together.
It links.
It's a cop out.
It links.
It's a cop out.
It's a lude.
It's a copping out lude.
Lude.
It's a quaalude. It's a cop lude. It love. The album is very unmemorable, and it spotlights The Killer's weaknesses instead of showing their strengths, which is what you learn after you have a hit. But you have a hit, you're able to make it.
It still shows one of his strengths. Brandon has great skin, even though he has a little beardy thing there.
Listen with your ears and not with your eyes. I don't know how many times I've told you that off camera today, but I'm telling it to you again. I don't care how cute he looks, his little bolo tie and little porn star mustache. He sounds like crap.
He's a Mormon.
That's fantastic. It doesn't mean it doesn't sound like crap because he's a Mormon. He still sucks.
The Osmonds were good.
No, they weren't good. What are we talking about the Osmonds? We should be yelling about Sam's Town. His voice is thin as crap, and it worked. It worked on Hot Fuss because he double, triple, quadruple tracks his vocals, and he sings in a Gary Newman-esque monotone.
Is that what I have to do?
It's fine.
Quadruple track my voice?
Absolutely. You need to make a quadraphonic, stereophonic Mandel.
Ooh.
Hydroponic Mandel, even better.
Watery.
But, The fact his voice is awful. When he sings without all the pumping up on Bones, it's like he's Peter Brady when they're on stage and he's change. You know, he's
I found
that weak.
that Brady song was a cute song. I sang that at karaoke once.
But the Killers,
and they
man,
liked.
the Killers. Maybe this is the point. The album is so completely unmemorable that it's not even worth arguing about. Because
Yeah, you know, I cannot for the life of you pick up. If you played me a song from this, I could not. Whereas the other one, I could.
yeah, there are. It's devoid of hooks. I will say. I think
it's a mood. They tried to evoke a mood, and in doing that, they've sacrificed hooks.
When you were young, I think it's a great single. I think it suits them perfectly. It's a nice expansion of the sound that they started out.
It reminds me of Elton John's Tumbleweed Connection.
The song or the album?
The album. We tried to evoke the Americana mood.
No, but here's the
Tumbleweed
problem.
Connection actually pulled it off minorly well because but it did suffer from the same thing where the songs kind of blended together. Actually, it's kind of like Elton's new album, The Captain and the Kid, which I'm sure you'll love.
Yeah. But you know, I gotta say, the word you tipped your hat with right there was evoke Americana. It pretends to be something that it can never be because these guys don't have it. They're pretending to be Bruce Springsteen fans. Elton John was pretending to channel the American roots and folk music and country rock like the band, and it comes off like crap. Be true to yourself.
Tumbleweed Connection was not crap.
But it doesn't sound good.
It was good.
It doesn't sound good.
You haven't listened to that. Burn Down the Mission is a damn good song.
Nonetheless, if you want to listen
You just hate Elton John.
I don't hate... Okay, I hate Elton John.
Hate Elton John.
I think his last good song was 12 years ago. Maybe, and that's being generous.
Give me that.
No.
I want to look at Brandon.
Oh, quiet, poopy head. Yeah, two can play the poopy head game. That's right. You go off camera again. Man. They're trying to be something they're not, and it sounds like crap as a result. And I know that Brandon Flowers decided to say that he was, oh, look, isn't he cute with his bow tie and the pedophile mustache.
It is not a pedophile mustache because he has a beard here.
A beard?
Because he's rough and tumble in the West.
Oh, gosh. Nonetheless, you know, download the single. It's worth it. The rest of the album is absolutely unforgettable.
There are a few other decent songs.
You said you couldn't pull them out of a hat.
But I enjoy them. If they pop out of my iTunes, I will enjoy them. I just have to look down at the iPad to remember what the title is.
There's a problem. I'm
not saying that that's I would not. I'm not recommending this album.
When I bought the album when it came out, expecting something really good because the first single was good, and I have not listened to it since because it's not worth going back.
Is this a drag queen on the cover of the album?
No, that's your mom. Oh, I keyed.
How dare you?
No, I'm just joking. Mandel's mother is a lovely person. He doesn't look like that at all.
Oh.
Nor the goat.